Well, I guess presumably not. But it's gonna be a PvP, because that is of course everybody's favorite matchup. It's PvP. Why is this another PvP? Damn. Whatever. Flying versus StarDust. A little bit sad to waste StarDust's talents on a PvP. That's alright. Of course, he did do that epic Void Ray carrier strategy against Roro. But anyway, he's a pretty cool dude. I like his ID. StarDust is a pretty epic ID. It's not quite as good as Magical Girl, but you know, not everybody can be as awesome as and creative as I can. And here we go. Man, I want to hire this guy to make a logo for me. He looks pretty badass. What should my logo be? It's like a pretty cool looking P for Pro League. I can't make like a cool looking S for Sayle though, because then it's like people might get confused with the Superman symbol. So I need to think of a logo or something. Anyway, it looks like flying will be the red Protoss at the bottom left, and that would make StarDust the blue Protoss at the top right. Alright, so P7 and P1. Alright, sweet. So, map's gonna be Cloud Kingdom, and let's see what these guys bust out here. StarDust seems to be, you know, somewhat competent at StarCraft 2 at least. And flying, I think, I have the impression that he's won a game, but other than that, I actually can't remember. Yeah. Anyway, many thanks to BGBRT for providing this nice HD stream. And everybody should also go to the official stream at youtube.com/esportstv. Give them some viewers, because of course that would be supporting esports. And who doesn't want to support esports? If you don't, you should get out. You should leave. You should depart if you are not a supporter of esports. Hey, it looks like gateway down for both players. Slightly ahead for flying here. Just a couple of seconds. Looks like his probe is also... I actually can't tell if it's ahead or behind. Like looking at the production tab. No, it looks like... Okay, no, it looks like flying got his gateway like a touch faster, but StarDust's probe production is a touch faster as well. Or not as well, but... kind of to counter that. Interestingly, double gas here from StarDust, so perhaps going to see some DT shenanigans coming out. I think the last time we saw DTs in PvP didn't quite work out so well. I'm trying to remember who it was. I don't know. We've had so many PvPs. It's just I don't know. Anyway, 7x4 on the way for flying. It's going to be a little bit ahead of StarDust since he did invest the minerals in the second gas very quickly there. But there is his core going down as well. And a second gas for flying. So yeah, interesting. I'm really curious to see what StarDust does with this. DT build's a little bit gimmicky. I mean, you know, if your opponent just makes a robo, then it's like, oh well, I guess I'm in trouble. But no, of course you can still, you know, make Archons and whatnot and be fine. Now it looks like almost 3 Chronos saved up on the Nexus. Waiting for that Cybernetics core to finish. So flying's going to be spending a lot of chrono boosts on that warp gate to research. But he did get a second gas though, so it's not going to be any kind of crazy 4-gate action or anything like that. Maybe what is that? Second gateway? Okay, looks like second gateway is on the way. And in the meantime, we have a Zealot and a Sentry coming out. So he hasn't even spent 100 gas on the Sentry. I think that makes it a little bit less likely that he's going for Dark Templars, or at least that will delay the Templar, the DT take a little bit if that's what he's going for? No, it's actually going to be a Stargate. Okay, so he's actually going for Phoenix instead. So we have Phoenix built from StarDust versus, well, just 2 gateways so far. No other tech from Flying, just continually chrono boosting this this warp gate tech. So it's actually quite a bit ahead of StarDust, but StarDust does already have the sentry out, building up energy, so he's going to have a couple of force fields at least in time for any attack. Meanwhile, he's actually also doing a bit of a semi-pylon wall here at the high ground. I'm not really sure if that's necessarily the best idea. I mean, building pylons on the edge there of your base is always a little bit of a risk early on. I mean, if if your opponent does something like a 3-gate Blink Stalker with ALBs or something, he can very easily just pick off all these edge pylons for free, and that's not really ideal. It looks like a Robo as well from StarDust. Very curious. So he's going for Stargate and Robo this early. He's going to have very few gateway units. Is he like going Phoenix and Immortal? This is crazy. Anyway, oh, it looks like Stalker run up. There is the force field on the ramp. One sentry gets picked off. The Zealots are doing massive damage to the Stalkers, but the other sentry does get picked off as well. The Stalker's trying to back up here. Looks like the other Stalker is going to run into the main base. A third Zealot coming out here, but as I said, there's only one warp gate out, and it looks like StarDust forced to reveal the Stargate tech, or I guess the Stalker would have seen it anyway running in there to the base. The Phoenix used its one lift, but the Phoenix is going to be completely useless here. I think StarDust might actually just die to 2-gate Stalkers. Oh man, this is not good. I mean, he's probably going to chrono out an Immortal. Yeah, it looks like the Immortal though has just started. He's going to be losing these pylons at the front. He's got a few Zealots and probes here. It looks like he's going to start doing the lift here, and when that Stalker drops, it's going to be like on top of the Zealots. Looks like a second Phoenix is also trying to do some damage here, but more and more Stalkers flooding in here. This is not looking good for StarDust. He needs, I mean, even if he gets another sentry, I don't think he'll have enough gas to get enough to like keep force fielding the ramp. Okay, he is going to get one. He is going to do one force field there, but when that force field runs out, what is he going to have? I mean, it looks like, the first Immortal is out, though. He is getting a second Immortal, so I guess that sentry did buy enough time for the Immortal. But is it going to be enough? Looks like a Twilight Council on the way. Probably going to go for Blink. And looks like Stalker's moving up once again, but looks like a trade, one Stalker for one Zealot, the Immortal doing its massive damage to those armored units. Meanwhile, an expansion going down for Flying. Very interesting. Look at this. Just 2 gateways. Plus Blink and immediately expanding. Normally that would seem a little bit safe to only have 2 warp gates and then expand, but in this case, I mean, he's already done massive damage with his warp gates. StarDust has done this bizarre like Protoss 111 build. This is actually a Protoss 111, guys. If you didn't know what that looked like, then this is it. Gateway, 1 gate, 1 Robo, 1 Stargate, and well, it's not quite as good as a Terran 111, but what are you gonna do? Terran's imbalanced. Anyway, looks like the Immortal Sentry Zealot Force is moving out here, and it's like because the pylon, the forward pylon there did get scouted. Just gonna take that down. A couple of Phoenix running around here, but he doesn't even have that many Phoenix, so you can't even like kill that many probes. You might get like 1 probe, but there's Stalkers there already, so he's not even gonna try. He's just gonna scout around here. He's gonna see the Twilight Council. He already saw the Expo, of course. I don't know if he saw those 2 gateways at the bottom left there. I assume those are gateways. And oh no! Getting caught there. The Stalkers didn't even have Blink yet. Blink just finishing now. If those Stalkers had Blink, they would have got that Phoenix as well. Man, that Phoenix is really lucky. Blink was literally like 3 seconds from finishing. But looks like a couple of Stalkers though run into the main army. One of them blinks away and gets away. But he's got to be a little bit careful because okay, now he's got 4 gateways, but he was on 2 gateway production for a while, so he doesn't have that high of a Stalker count. But he is adding on more Stalkers now. Meanwhile, StarDust also adding on his own gateways, getting 2 more gateways, and also getting a support bay there, or not support bay, Robo bay. Ugh, friggin' thing. Anyway, so he's gonna be going up to Colossus. But look at this, it's like pure Stalker versus pure Immortal Sentry. StarDust has literally 0 Stalkers. He's got 4 Immortals though. That's going to be insanely good, even though these Stalkers have Blink. Oh man, a huge Blink in, targeting down the Immortals isn't going to be enough though. There should be a Guardian Shield, I think. Why is he not using Guardian Shield? Just use a Guardian Shield, man. It's not like Force Fields are going to do anything against Blink Stalkers, and it looks like the Blink is enough. The probes are off the line to help do damage, but all of the Immortals have gone down. There's a Force Field, but as I said, he can just Blink right out there, and this could be the end for StarDust. Just losing to this 2-gate Stalker. Oh, poor StarDust. Just gonna get Myco down here, flying no mercy. taking him down. I mean, another Immortal has come out, but one Immortal and 2 Zealots against that many Stalkers is not going to do anything. He's trying to, you know, he's thinking about trying to save this expansion, but I don't think he can. I think he should just stay in his base, and even if he stays in his base, what is he going to do? Like, he's going to be so far behind. It looks like, oh, there's the Blinken, taking down the Immortal in 2 shots. And now the Zealots only, but they're just going to get microed down easy peasy by these Blink Stalkers. And GG from StarDust, flying, taking game number 1 here. And Ace is on the verge of getting 4-0'd in this series. They must now win the next 3 games in a row to take the series. StarDust, dude, maybe you should try playing Terran or something if you want a 1-1-1. It doesn't work in PvP, bro. Yeah. No, I'm not Orb. I am not Orb. I'm just gonna walk around. I'm just gonna walk around with a T-shirt from now on that says "I am not Orb." Thank you, kid. Yes, I'm cuter than Orb. Boom. That's not much though. That's like saying I play Protoss better than StarDust just did. Zing. Zing. Anyway.
잠시 후 안티가 조선소에서 펼쳐지는 두 번째 세트 과연 이대로 웅진이 승리의 마무리 지을 수 있을지 잠시 후에 돌아오겠습니다.